All right, guys, today we have some pretty big news to talk about coming out of the LCS. In reply to the recent news about the NACL, obviously we've known for a while that there was going to be some kind of promotion and relegation and ways of moving up and down, but now the NACL has announced that some of the new NACL teams, and also the fact that there's also going to be open qualifiers for being able to make it into the NACL, so you can literally qualify as like a team from your house or your bedroom or whatever again, and then make it all the way to the LCS by going through open qualifiers in the NACL, then to the LCS. Also, we know previously that salaries and costs and everything have been so insane, but it seems like in a lot of ways, some of those costs and prices and salaries are starting to come down. And also you can now qualify to the LCS without having to spend, the millions on a franchising fee or whatever. So I think the LCS in a big way is starting to become more and more attractive to organizations again. Obviously, we see guys like Disguised Toast now getting involved and coming into the LCS. There are more and more options than there's really been in recent history for new orgs. So we got Luminosity Gaming, a very, very big esports organization, saying the rumors are true. Roster announcement coming soon. Obviously, they have been announced for the new NACL, and I think that this is very, very exciting. Like I said, I do think this marks a point of showing that some orgs who had not been previously involved in League of Legends or North American League of Legends or whatever are maybe now going to rethink things, or maybe now going to reconsider things, because still League of Legends is that S tier esport. It is the esport that has, obviously the LCS hasn't had the most insane viewership lately, but it's still the esport with the longest, or not the longest history, but like the most consistent track record of insane viewership. Worlds was absolutely popping off. League of Legends has been around for so long at this point. It's been not, like I said, not insanely profitable or anything like that. It hasn't been a great way to make money, but the viewership has been so consistent, so crazy. The fan bases are there. Even the LCS, which has maybe not been the most poppin' lately, is still really, really attractive to, I think, a lot of esports organizations, and is still seen as kind of that gem to have in your esports catalog. So now that teams actually have that way to come back up into the LCS and promote into the league as far as that guest partner slot or whatever, it is very, very interesting and cool to see that organizations are getting involved and being interested. We also have Alex Gonzalez, who I'm not sure exactly what this guy's title is with Luminosity. He's the head of Luminosity, and he says, we'll keep it short and simple. For the first time ever, Luminosity is entering League of Legends. We have one goal for 2025, and that is to promote into LTA North. That is obviously the new rebranded LCS. So they're coming for this thing. They're very aggressive. They are ready to go. They are excited. And now they're also signing some players as well. We have this new article. Sources: mid laner Insanity and support Zazel have reached verbal agreements with Luminosity in the NACL. Now, obviously, these are players who have been around the block in the LCS. These are guys who have consistently been bouncing kind of in between tier 1 and tier 2 in NA, maybe a little bit too good for tier 2, maybe not good enough or consistent enough at this point in their career for tier 1, but this is something we are going to be seeing, because again, tier 2 had previously been a lot of organizations using it as a way to develop players, develop talent, take chances on younger players, whatever. But now, since there is a direct incentive to actually win in the tier 2 with that option of actually promoting into the LCS, we are going to see more and more veteran players, or some of these older players, mixed into these rosters as well. We might even see entirely veteran rosters, and again, you can argue whether or not that's good or bad for the tier 2 scene. Obviously, that's definitely going to hurt the opportunities for players who are unproven and want to develop and stuff like that, but it's also maybe going to bring more talent to the tier 2s, give more opportunities for some of these veteran players that, like I said, are looking to come back in the LCS and stuff like that. But yes, there is incentive to actually win at the tier 2, not just develop and to try to promote once again, like there was way back in the day in the LCS and EU LCS days and stuff like that. So this is pretty interesting and pretty big pickups for Luminosity as the first players they're signing to their new League of Legends roster. Insanity and Zazel are set. With the announcements of 2025 LTA tier 2 ecosystem, a new team has entered the fray. Luminosity Gaming will be replacing AoE Esports in the NACL. Following that announcement, Zazel and Insanity will be the first player set to join the lineup. They'll be looking to make their way back into Tier 1 League of Legends through the guest slot after a disappointing season with Shopify Rebellion. Who is Luminosity? They're an esports organization that is no stranger to trophies. Established in 2015, their first major splash into the industry came from the acquisition of the ex-Keystars Counter-Strike lineup in July of that year. 9 months later, LG would go on to win 2 consecutive majors, the CS equivalent of Worlds. Yeah, it's like Worlds or MSI, whatever. I don't know. A major isn't exactly, I wouldn't say the precedence of Worlds, but it's close. It is their big tournaments of the year. In the last 9 years, the organization has signed players and teams in numerous other esports, from Apex Legends and Rainbow Six Siege to Super Smash Bros. Buying into the NACL will mark their LOL debut. Zeyzal, who's coming off back-to-back trophies in the NACL with C9 Challengers and then Disguise, joined Shot by Rebellion in their debut season. SR had just bought into the LCS, bringing over Boogie and Insanity from TSM, as well as Coach Revan. The team then brought in Fate God, B-Boy, and Zeyzal, all players who had worked with and seen competitive success under Revan in the past, in hopes of developing their talent and fighting for the middle of the pack. At the very least, fans expected this roster to be a playoff team. Things didn't go as planned, though. The team went back-to-back 7th place and failed to qualify for playoffs in both splits. Insanity was a highlight for a TSM roster that otherwise struggled to make an impact. On a variety of off-meta champions from Graves to Scion, the mid laner seemed like yet more proof of talent, latent talent in North America. Many considered him among the best mid laners in the region. Between SR's roster turmoil and mediocre performances, though, Insanity wasn't able to live up to the expectations. With the Americas merger, it has been more difficult to find a spot in Tier 1. Despite their lack of competitive success in 2024, all signs point to the NACL being a cakewalk for Zeyzal and Insanity. Again, they have been staples, in being very, very good and strong and dominant in the Tier 2 scene for years now. They should dominate a lower level player. It remains to be seen who will be joining them in 2025. So again, this move and this signing and these rosters are very, very big for a bunch of reasons. LG coming in to the LCS ecosystem is very, very big. Again, this is a historic organization. This is very cool to have them being a part of the NACL and being interested in League of Legends. But also, they are going to be vying for that LCS spot. They are going to be trying to take down Disguise. So again, having Disguise and Disguise Toast and his content creation powerhouse in the LCS is very big and cool. And I think it's great for the LCS overall. But they're going to have to fight off challengers. They're going to have to fight off other organizations. They're going to have to battle to keep that spot. And LG coming in and signing some exciting players. Maybe not players that were going to win you an LCS championship, but players that can definitely be very, very competitive in the Tier 2s and in the middle to bottom half of the Tier 1s. They're showing right off the bat, again, their goal for 2025 is to make it into the LCS, and they're coming out swinging. They're going to be coming very, very hard for Disguise and Disguise Toast and his LCS spot. Again, we don't know who the rest of the roster is going to be, but also, like I said, this could be a sign of more of this to come in the future, which is going to make, if Luminosity ends up doing well with this and their project ends up going well, this could inspire other organizations or content creators or whatever, teams who previously thought League of Legends was too expensive or unattainable or, not worth it. It could show them that, hey, this is a legitimate esport to get involved in once again. And you, with this new relegation and promotion system, you can actually make it in the LCS in maybe a financially reasonable or a responsible manner. But yeah, if I'm Disguise Toast, if I'm Disguise, I'm sweating a little bit because Luminosity and I know other teams and orgs are going to be coming out full force to take our spot this year. But that's also good because it should inspire Disguise to be the best that they can be this year and, sign the best players possible and everything like that. But I also did want to mention real quick that Holy does have their Black Week going on right now until December 2nd. That means big discounts, limited edition flavors, merchandising packs, all of that good stuff. You can get those huge discounts with that discount code SE5. First link in the description below for Holy. Great tasting energy drinks that also just so happen to be healthier in the competition. Check them out today. Buy some Holy. Hopefully catch you guys in the next one. Until then, peace.